Let's compare the TOTO K300 with the EcoNova bidet seats. Now, I've been using the TOTO K300 for a year now and we love it, but I was just gifted this EcoNova from minibidets.com. And I gotta tell you, off the bat, that if I had known about mini bidets when I got this TOTO, I would have totally gotten it there. The price is the same, it's free shipping, but the key difference is that minibidets.com actually has fantastic customer service and their entire focus is on bidets and bidet seats. Off the bat, the most obvious thing is that the EcoNova is way more streamlined. It is much smaller, it's going to look much more standard in your space. And on top of that, the TOTO K300 washlet has all these little lights here. They're not on right now because it's unplugged, but it will light up on all these little lights. So it has a lot of smarts going on that can be a little intimidating, especially to guests. Whereas the Nova bidet, once I get the sticker off, really looks like a standard toilet seat. Really, really streamlined. And on top of that, it is much slimmer in profile than the K300. And the K300 is actually one of the slimmer profile bidet seats out there. And what makes these both so slim is the fact that they are instant hot bidet seats. So they don't have big water tanks in the back that they have to fill and heat, and then you're limited to only how much water's in that tank. These both can give you continuous hot water or whatever temp you want for as long as you want, which is key to my family. I could not imagine having a bidet with a limited amount of warm water. Having that constant water, especially with a family of 4, is very important. Now, the first thing I love about the Nova bidet is that streamlined look. It is a very clean toilet seat. It really does just look like a standard toilet seat. Right now, the night light is on. That is one feature it has that the TOTO K300 doesn't have. And if you don't want the night light, you can simply turn it off. And then it pretty much looks like just a nice toilet seat. It doesn't have a bunch of buttons or lights on it. It's very streamlined. The only light it has is right here. This is its on-off button if you want to turn it off completely. And next to it, it has an auto mode. And the auto mode will just do a 90-second posterior clean and then run the heat for 4 minutes or whenever you get up. So really just a quick way to get to a cleaning function instead of using the remote. Now they both have great nozzles that are just slightly different in the way they spray, but really very comparable. The EcoNova nozzle is metal and you can have it come out so you can give it a wipe down, but it will rinse itself every time before you use it. And it has a UV sanitizer, so it will sanitize it with light to keep everything nice and clean. Whereas the TOTO K300 will sanitize it with an e-water rinse before and after use. And it also will pre-mist the bowl, which keeps things from sticking to the sides of the bowl. So they both have different ways of keeping everything nice and clean. And then the remotes really couldn't be more different. The EcoNova remote is all about full customization every time you use it. You can fully control the temp of your water, dryer, and seat simply by pressing these. They'll go through from off to cool, warm, and hot. And you can do that on your water, your dryer, and your seat. It gives you a hot-cold massage. You can turn on or off that night light. You can have the nozzle come out to clean it. And then this is so clean and straightforward. You have your front wash, your posterior wash. There is a trick if you double click that it will do an oscillating wash on your posterior. You have the dryer, and then this auto clean is the same as the button on the side of the toilet. It's 90 seconds of posterior with 4 minutes of dryer, and this very clear stop button in the middle. Down below you have water pressure and nozzle position. So very straightforward, and I love that it's this metal remote and it feels really good in my hand. Now the TOTO remote is quite different. On the back side, you have more of your standard settings, having the wand come out, on off for the entire bidet seat. You have an eco mode, and then up here you can choose whether your seat is off, cool, warm, or hot. Same with the water and same with the air blower. And on the front, this is all straightforward to me now, but when I first got this, this was a little intimidating. This little black dot here is actually a button. It will turn it off. You have your bum wash, or this will switch over into more of a poofy spray on your bum. You have your front wash. This is your air dryer. And then you can choose whether to oscillate or to have the water do more of a slow high pressure combination. And then this will make the wand self-clean. And down here you can control your water pressure and position of the sprayer. And finally, at the bottom, you have 2 preset settings of what you prefer. Now, there are only a few slight differences. This has the hot-cold massage and it has a night light, but the TOTO has the 2 presets, and those are particularly handy. But one thing that's really stand out about this Eco Nova is that it's very obvious for a guest walking into your bathroom how this would work. It's much more intuitive, and it's very friendly for just anyone to use. Now, I do think the Eco Nova has more water pressure, and I love that. They both, in my opinion, have comparable water temps. And one key thing about both of these standout bidets is that they both will keep whatever water temperature you prefer the entire time you're using it, which is fantastic. And the seat temp is also comparable. Now, I actually think the K300 has a stronger dryer, but that might just be me. And one other reason to love the Eco Nova is that it's completely silent when not in use. It doesn't have any fan or self-cleaning mechanism that happens on a random basis, whereas I do find that the TOTO K300 will just occasionally clean itself and make some whirring noise, and this one doesn't. But there are 2 standout reasons to go with the TOTO, and one is these presettings. Since I have a family and we have smaller kids, having presets is key so the kids don't get surprised with a position they don't want. And the TOTO K300 will respond to a 40-pound kid, whereas this Nova bidet will not recognize a 40-pound child. Overall, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these seats. They are both exceptionally high quality bidet seats from fantastic companies. I love that they're both Insta-Hot. I love that they both have the hot seat warmers. Those are key pieces for me, and they both have those fantastic remotes. And we will be keeping and enjoying both of these. We have 2 bathrooms in our household, and currently only one of the bathrooms has a bidet, and that has been a real challenge as everyone wants to use that bathroom. But we haven't yet pursued a second bidet because the other bathroom doesn't have easy access to power, but this is gonna motivate us to finally call an electrician and get both of these installed. So I hope this video helps you make a decision on which bidet is best for you.